So as we've been reminded a number of times, last year at reunion, the alums directed the Alumni Association Board of Directors to enter into negotiations with the University Board of Trustees for an independent Antioch College. That's Plan A, and it's been Plan A since reunion 2007. And who knew we'd be here a year later and Plan A is still alive. But alums have been asking all year, what if we can't close a deal with the university? We have a number of skeptics in our midst. What's your Plan B? Well, we've been working on Plan B since last fall, but it is in the nature of Plans B that they remain in the background until the time comes to bring them into the foreground, which would be now. The most obvious Plan B in a situation like this is litigation. At reunion 2007, there was a breakout group on legal strategies, and many alums in that room wanted to sue the university right away. But most of the lawyers in the room did not. Lawyers know better than anyone that litigation is always a last resort. It is costly, it is nasty, and it is anything but short. But however you calculate the costs of this past year of negotiations, which have yet to bear fruit, and there have been costs, some of them irrecoverable, like faculty who had to make the very difficult decision to leave. But one thing we have gained in this year is this. No one will ever be able to say that we didn't do everything possible and more to avoid litigating. As you probably know, one lawsuit was filed last August. Members of the faculty sued the university for breach of its contractual obligations, which are spelled out in the Faculty Policy and Procedures Manual. And those obligations include consulting with the faculty before declaring financial exigency and pursuing less drastic alternatives before moving to close the college and dismiss its tenured faculty. That suit was voluntarily dismissed in October as a gesture of goodwill to move the negotiations forward, but with the proviso that it could be refiled at any time, which it was in January. Also last fall, a team of lawyer alums began investigating other potential claims against the university. I'm not going to thank these people by name now. I will tomorrow at the Heroes Lunch, because they have been. But one alum who is a partner at a very, very fancy Wall Street law firm, Borgersen, persuaded them to take on the Alumni Association as a pro bono client. Ago, the time value of their efforts alone was over $350,000. Like I said, costs. My firm, Borgersen & Forster, has made its 800 conference line available for easily 10 or more hours a week of telephonic alumni board meetings, committee meetings, conferences. I have no idea how much that costs the firm, but for us it has been invaluable. It has kept us connected and kept us at work all year, and I thank my firm for that. Other alum lawyers have donated their time as individuals, countless hours. One calculated the time value at $180,000. There are others who I have not asked to make that calculation. One of the tasks we undertook was to identify and interview and retain paid counsel in Ohio. We have an outstanding Columbus law firm with both expertise in nonprofit and also excellent connections in Columbus. And we have been working with the faculty's attorney. We have retained counsel for others who are pursuing other kinds of claims that I will tell you about in a minute. And other people who are not lawyers, have been working as well. The really big ticket item in complex litigation, which is certainly what this is, the big ticket item is factual investigation. And if you have spent any time at the AntiochPapers.org, you know that we have a rock and sock team of factual investigators. They have spent additional hundreds of hours analyzing the documents and meeting with our attorneys to bring them up to speed so that our attorneys and their paralegals did not have to go through the hundreds and hundreds of pages of documents. That's really expensive. They have saved us thousands and thousands of dollars, and I am so glad that we have been able to put their incredible work to productive use in Plan B. Their latest effort was a very intensive one, and some people had to really drop everything else, and for the first time, they asked us to pay them for their efforts. But they still donated half their time, and what we paid them was really a pittance, little more than token recognition, and the value of their work is just incredible, and we're just thrilled to have them on the team. So what have we produced with all of this effort? There are 6 kinds of claims that we are supporting. And by the way, at the February-March board meeting here in Yellow Springs, both the Alumni Association and the College Revival Fund passed resolutions authorizing the support, financial and otherwise, of friends and allies who had claims to pursue against the university, and also supporting the faculty for the project that is now called Nonstop. So those resolutions have been in place since January. As I said, there are 6 kinds of claims that we're supporting under those resolutions. The central action is what's called a derivative suit on behalf of the Antioch University Corporation itself for injuries inflicted on it by its own administration and board of trustees. Such as damage to Antioch's reputation, to its ability to recruit qualified students, faculty, and administrators, and, of course, the destruction of the university's most valuable asset, Antioch College, by forcing it into closure. The people who have standing to bring this claim are sitting trustees.